Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Zelda Speedruns and welcome to the Zelda 2 2021 100% All Keys Tournament. We are back in action with Z2 and Vanilla Z2 at it, and we have round 1 today with Chromataclysm going up against LSDHippie420, and you're all gonna know that pair is gonna bring up a good fight. So without further ado, let's actually switch to the layout. Let's hand it to our two amazing comps, to Aaron, to you, to always, every single time. Aaron, to you too. And Lord of Ultima, take it away.
What a season of Zelda 2 we've been having, and we've reached the culmination because, as we know, in 2022, Zelda 2 is illegal, and we have to get all of the Zelda 2 out right now, so we're getting all the keys with Chroma and Hippie. So I think Chroma has a 75 recently, and Hippie's sitting in the 80 range, so that's kind of a significant gap, but we know that Zelda 2 things will happen, and let's hope that they happen. The good things, though, not the bad ones.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think Hippie's had a very good end of the qualifying rounds. Like, he had a really rough start, a couple of DNFs, and he's improved a lot and really kind of shaved down the time. Wasn't quite able to get all of the best races in, but these two have raced a lot of times through Trav White's Dumpster Fire Racing League, and so that they're used to going up against one another, and I can't imagine that Chroma is taking this lightly at all.
And we're off right about now with Magic Cave, the video game. Normally, we tend to reset a lot here to get a 50 bag. This is a race, so we won't be resetting probably, but luckily the bag is 100%, so no one ever resets here.
It's called P-Bag Cave because there's always a P-Bag here, even
always.
though...
Just play the same way every time and you get it.
Yes, do everything pixel perfect or, well...
As you can see, always.
Yeah, well, Chroma got his. He looks pretty happy, and Hippie does not. But Hippie, a lot of times, doesn't even try for attack 4 through P1, so I don't think he's going to be too concerned. I think we might see him do some slick things here in P1 that are slightly different, but he's more than used to not getting it, I think.
And they're both skipping Shield Town, which is essential. You never want to get early Shield because it's just wrong.
Well, it didn't help me. So
no, it didn't, but that's why I said it. But no, you can get shield early, but there are some things you can manipulate if you skip shield, like getting the double bubble skip, which maybe one of the two might go for.
I don't know if Hippie knows how to do it. I don't think Chroma's going to do it now.
Chroma missed the entrance bubble skip, probably because of the weird cave he had.
Yeah. Hippie choosing to kill the gorilla for no good reason. I'm sure Vaughn somewhere is upset.
Poor gorilla. So these bubble screens are kind of as a new runner, you really hate them. So it's wonderful when you figure out that a bubble skip exists, but then you figure out that bubble skips are also kind of hard.
And I'm always reminded of some other categories where you don't go through the screen at all. And or there's other categories like 100% NMG where you get fairy before you go there. So, you know, you get to cheat through it.
That's cheating. We don't do that in this 100% all keys, 1 credit clear, big bucks, no whammies, all the P bags, no jars, no jumping category. That's what it's called.
Yes, our ancestors from Twin Galaxies or GDQ or something decided that the trick known as Fairy Feet is highly illegal and too spicy for this run. So we do not do it.
We can only walk on ceilings for some reason. I don't know.
I think you can do that on accident. Maybe that's why. Or maybe it's because it's like 1 second time save. I don't know.
Well, this is Palace 1, and it's nicknamed Palace Fun because it's just a lot of fun stuff happening here. You don't want to get hit by these enemies; they drain experience, and you want to get another P bag, 100%, maybe 2 P bags.
Yeah, Hippie might be trying for the 2. You might not worry about it. There are strats you can do here if you just give up on getting attack 4 out of P1. That'll save you like 5 to 10 seconds, but it's pretty high-end stuff. If you're not used to it, it's not on your radar.
Attack 3, of course, loses, kind of just bleeds times everywhere until the end of P2, so you want to get attack 4 if you can help it.
Right. And yeah, both players so far, no damage. Nothing's really even slowed them down, just kind of cruising at this point. Oh, never mind.
Took the bop. Took the old reverse key bop.
That is the room that, for myself at least, why I still will get shield, because I hate this room.
Yeah, there is a strategy where you don't slow down in the hallway at all. You can actually make the first hammer cycle and get behind the Chewbacca, but it's pretty tight.
So yeah, the corner Chewie room has torn up both of our players. Chroma's beeping right now. We'll see if either goes after the warrior fairy, but...
Is that what they're calling it? No. It's not the warrior fairy. That's the fairy of sad.
Well, I think at some point, people who got it a lot decided to change the name because of the shame involved. I don't know. I blame Trav White.
So you want to stab the elevator when you go down it because it manipulates the bubbles spawn. This is not a fake strat. It's actually real.
Yeah, elevator strats come into play in a few other areas, but probably won't see a whole lot with it. Maybe Laura might be able to point them out better than me, because I can only think of a couple.
If they're doing it, it's a strat. That's what you gotta go by. So if they jump in the air randomly, it manipulated something.
Alright, Hippie taking life 2. For him to be able to get to attack 4, he would need to either double bag or to get a lucky 50 from a bot, and he's already through most of the bots, so not surprising. Saves his, well, he's not beeping anymore, at least.
Yeah, that's probably why he took it. He didn't want to take the Hippie early death. He's gonna save that for Death Mountain, maybe? We'll see.
Well, let's hope not. Again, he is, as I mentioned, I think he's gotten a lot more practice in this category. He does a lot of categories. I think he even came up with some any percent strats that people are using right now to fight for the world record. So he's got a lot of experience. Just this category tends to be something that's eluded his focus a bit.
His combat is really good for an emulator player, and I say that because the input lag is a little bit to deal with, even on the best $2,000 computer setup available.
Right. We'll have to ask Trails about that later once he gets his
that's, yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, he uses keyboard, and I remember, I think that was actually you, Laura, who said, I can't imagine doing double stabs on a keyboard, and Hippie is about the best at it, somehow.
He is the double stab master, and I think it's just because you have multiple fingers working at the same time, it becomes harder to sync them together.
Oh, Hippie had a chance at getting the double bag, didn't get it, so he still had the attack 3 option. Chroma's still going in beeping at Horsehead, and again, he is the Horsehead percent world record holder, so hopefully this won't hold him back in any way.
Well, he's swinging. He's swinging a lot, though, but he got through it.
Hippie took a couple hits, and he is being very careful. Does not want to lose any lives there. Lost a bunch of time compared to Chroma. Came in before and is leaving after, but he didn't die, and that would be the biggest time loss.
Yeah, and now here's where attack 4, you're going to see the time slowly bullied away from Hippie, maybe 20 to 40 seconds by the end of Death Mountain, I would assume. Unless Chroma takes 19 encounters at Bagu. Now we gotta go pick up a trophy. This trophy, I don't know who originally owned the trophy. Maybe it was the Gorilla, maybe it's the lady. I like to think Link is just stealing a trophy from a Gorilla because he doesn't care, he just wants the spell.
Yeah, it's not quite as egregious as what we're going to see him do later.
Oh,
but
God.
it is still theft, so...
Link
Just
is a crime doer. He does not care about anything but spells.
look at him holding it up there, being all cocky.
I got your trophy.
Poor Korea's throwing boomerangs at him, can't do anything. Just and Hippie over there just kills it. Like, just like, you know what? Never mind. I think that's called. Well, actually, I don't know what that's called.
That's called, yeah.
Process of a robbery, but he did it. We saw it.
Breaking and entering and stealing.
Yes, the police will be there shortly. Please do not leave.
Gonna take a detour to the jumping town. This is where you'll deliver your stolen goods to the lady, because I don't know, she likes trophies.
Yeah, she gets you some sweet pump action kicks, some good pumas.
Yeah, you get the shack attacks, and now they're like way too big for your feet, and you got small legs, so it looks strange.
But hey, you can jump higher. That's the most important part, right?
He can already jump kind of high, like over people entirely, but
Yeah. Which I think is a thing. Like, you have to jump over doorways. You have to jump over people. Like, if you don't,
that's what I do. Yeah, I definitely. I'm always jumping over doors. You know what I mean?
If you don't jump over the doors, then bad luck happens somehow.
Jump cave is you jump here. You don't want to get hit. Sometimes you just get hit like that.
Yeah, in normal leveling, I think we'll see Chroma take life 2 at some point. He skipped it initially, but I think that's because he wanted to save it to possibly heal after killing this guy, maybe. There we go.
I take it early because I feel it's kind of a curse not to. Like, you're gonna take a hit if you don't take it early, but everybody has their own voodoo strats, I guess.
Just tempting the misleveling fates.
Yeah, typically you'll magic 2 and you'll be like, no!
Yeah. Worst feeling in this game pretty much is misleveling. You can die and you feel stupid, jump in fire, you know. You mislevel, you've just ruined everything irrevocably for the most part. And
wonderful Bagu for Chroma and LSD. Looks like, wow, this is a 0 encounter Bagu from both.
Nice. Thanks, Bagu.
We know Bagu now because we talked to him for like a half a second or something.
Called off his boys. And now Bagu has blessed the run. We'll get to see hopefully some spicy Death Mountain tricks, because there's a lot of really fun things you can do here if you're trying to do every room like perfectly. And I think both of our players here are the type that will try that.
Yeah, both of these players throw a lot of caution to the wind, which is why you might see severe time swings in their races from time to time.
Yes, they're both very aggressive. Chroma, again, being like a high 75 player, he still does a lot of very aggressive stuff that doesn't always work. Then again, he has the reigning Z2R champion for or the standard champ, I think is the title he has. He also won the SGL tournament that just happened a little while ago. Got some money, so definitely has a lot of things going his way right now as far as ability and such with Z2.
I think his boldness is probably due to being a rando player. All of them kind of play like they have a disdain for this game.
Yes. They're just taking the game and bending it over their knee.
So yeah, Bagu, he's got to be some type of criminal overlord, because like the Riverman knows Bagu and he's pulling the strings. He lets you cross.
Something
LSD, maybe it was like an input. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, he did something in his menus, I think, because the screen actually froze for a little bit. I don't know. It'd be a shame if it lingers, whatever that is, because he's actually having a pretty decent run so far. I mean, Attack 3 isn't great.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good, yeah. Like, good Bagu, look at the splits. Maybe he clicked something by accident on the emulator or something.
True. That's always a complicated thing. I think he's using FCEUX, which there's always that decision: do I leave background inputs on or off? Because if you leave them off, then click off, you lose control and you can't do anything. But if you leave them on, you can accidentally do various keyboard commands that you don't mean to do.
So this is Death Mountain. I think a lot of casuals don't really like this area because it's all combat, but I think the speedrunners typically say it's like one of the best parts of the game because of how fun it is.
Yeah,
I'm sure your runs get destroyed, but like when you have a really good Death Mountain room, you feel like you're a champion.
You know what makes Death Mountain really fun is when you go in here and you already have downstab.
I don't know what you're talking about. That sounds illegal, so I'm gonna have to report you to the authorities.
There's I think and New Game Plus No Major Glitches gives you the option to do that. Where you come in here, I believe, in the dark. Got to get the hammer though, because you don't restart with that in that run. Fun.
How can you see without in the dark?
You're so strong that you do not need to see. You come in with attack 8.
Thank you. That's very sweet.
Everything dies. Oh yeah, yeah. You specifically, but also anyone else.
So the combat's a little more difficult with attack 3. You got to do, I believe, 2 more stabs on the Dairas, and that can kind of mess your head up if you don't remember that you're attack 3.
Oh yeah, I gotta go back for that bag. Going in attack 3, you need a little bit of bag luck, just so you don't have to kill every single thing from here to the end of P2. Also, the earlier you can get to attack 5, the better. But
Hippie has crazy... He does double stab, the doubles.
Yeah.
I can't do that. I get axed every time. I get axed a question pretty quickly if I try that.
The only enemy I can seem to double hit with any regularity is Rebo, which is kind of useful, but not nearly as useful as these guys, I think.
Trying to think. Oh yeah, I guess you do. Well, the late Rebos, I double hit them, yeah.
Well, I don't do the corner strats. Even if I had to, I wouldn't remember how to do them. It's been so long, so...
Aaron is the only runner that's never done a corner strat in his life.
Well, that's not true, but I wish I could say that. I'd feel good. I learned how to fight him straight up before I learned the corner cheese, and I always kind of drift back to the normal fights.
So, both runners picking up their hammer here. That's why they came all the way into this mountain of death. And, pretty good for both. Obviously, Hippie had attack 3, so he's losing a little bit of time.
Had to go all the way down to get that, and it winds up there's only like 3 blocks you have to break, so thanks. I guess it's still a little bit more efficient than the flute. You have to go get the flute to play the flute once. Well, no, I guess you gotta play that one twice too, huh?
Or 3 times if you forget the button when you go to Hidden Town.
Yeah, that's happened before. That's not uncommon at all. And I'm sure the people in town appreciate it. Like, they're hiding in the forest, and instead of their forest just getting cut down in front of them, they hear a nice, pleasant tune in advance.
Yeah, they're like, what's that sweet sound?
And then the forest gets cut down in front of them. And then they're all like, hey, you just destroyed...
Hey, that's like our thing. We're hidden. Like, what are you... Like, should we go... I don't know, in different forests now?
Yeah. Oh. The exit there, Chroma took a weird bop on that last Octorok. I apologize. I can see his camera from my view, and that was a very aggravated reaction. Yeah. You might be getting a little tilted here at just some of these small bops he's taking.
When is Chroma not tilted, though? He's kind of just, like, on permanent tilt.
On the other hand, Hippie does the low beam strat going in, just walks right through the Ock. He has a lot of fun beam strats here, especially this bridge. I think he does a couple of unique things here, too. Yeah. Yeah, look at that.
I love the beam wraps, man. They're so good, especially with attack 3. that little bit of experience could help you out.
That's awesome. He loses 0 seconds in that room. Doesn't stall for 1 bit for anything that he fights. That's the dream. The dream in Z2 is to just hold right and not have to do anything in every screen. But he managed to not lose any time at least.
Both going for the L-Hot strat, where you wait on the desert for that first spawn out of the bridge. I think I tried that once. I just suck at it. I can't do it.
Yeah, I tried it once and I wound up taking an encounter in a grave, which doesn't make any sense, but that is what happened, and I haven't tried it since.
You gotta do what you know, and if it works, you just keep doing it.
Yeah, Medicine Cave, they're going to do a little high five right here. And yeah, Chroma's still just pretty steady, but Hippie has not... He's actually had a pretty good Death Mountain. It looks a little slow, but he did pause for like 10 seconds there at one point. So I think that accounts for any sort of time loss he's really ate. It's hard to notice anything he's really lost from that Attack 3, which now he has Attack 4. So P2 is where I think that the time gets bunched up the most, though.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised he's like an 80 runner, because his skill looks like a 76 runner quite easily.
Yeah, his PB is way below his talent level. Again, I just don't think he has practiced the category in its full length enough to get there. I think my PB is like 3 seconds quicker than his, and there's no way. I'm not on the same plane as him as far as I'm concerned.
Come on, Aaron, you're better than Hippie. What are you saying? I see it on the leaderboard.
Yeah, that's what we do as commentators, folks. We start comparing ourselves to the runners and talk about how much better we are.
Yeah, these guys... Oh, these are my opponents. Whoever wins this is my opponent, actually.
Oh yeah, so you can smack talk, because you gotta actually put up next week or whenever.
Yep, I'm gonna game over before GP, and that's it. This is Fairy Town. You gotta get the most important stab in the game here, and also a spell that gives you power.
I'd say it's like the second most important stab. Maybe third. Standing stab's pretty important.
It is now, you're right, with the manipulations. Yeah, jumping crouch is probably the most popular stab.
Oh no, I was talking about up stab.
Oh. Yeah.
I mean, just think about all the times you wish you had up stab and you don't have it, and
that's... I think about that every day. I'm going to the 7-Eleven, I'm like, man, just had up stab.
Think about how many times you walk underneath something and you just want to jump up and stab it.
What if you had an up beam, though? If you up stabbed and a beam came...
The mental image of that is so uncomfortable.
New GIF idea. I'm gonna have to work on that right after this race.
Alright. Yeah, encounter luck, everything. Neither player has taken undesired encounter yet, have they?
Maybe a boulder? I wasn't paying attention to the return boulder, but that usually happens.
No. Yeah, Chroma getting the jar, so he's able to ferry the heart. It's like a 3 to 4 second time save. It's wonderful. And then this is the Bagu walk is kind of the first not 100% controlled walk. This is the second, the one going into P2. But it's not too tricky. You just have to... You can get most of the way there just through skill.
He took an extra tile when he broke the boulder, so he got an encounter right before the life cave there.
Oh. That's unfortunate. And yeah, Chroma didn't... He was trying to skip all of the encounters and not go to the road, and it backfired a little bit. And Hippie, I don't know. This cave can sneak up on you. The Gorilla's boomerangs at life 2 hit pretty hard. And as someone who has died in this cave way too many times, that's rough.
Yeah, that's the risk when you come in here with one block. That's why in a not race scenario, maybe you'd consider dying in Medicine Cave for the free 3 seconds.
Oh, there's other reasons to die in there too. Like if you got beat up along the way, and they're gonna have to visit the magic person in Mido before you go to be able to cast jump. It's probably a good idea.
Of course. Yeah, if you have no magic, you can't even cast jump. Hippie getting the double front spawn, which means road encounter. And that's usually the one you don't want. You usually want one back spawn, because that lets you get the furthest for sure without an encounter.
Yeah. Well, worked out okay. One encounter, probably take that.
Well, I mean, he has no choice. He he took it.
Yeah. Oh, Prav key grab there. Sorry to see.
Yeah, sometimes your sword decides to hit the block above you and like deflects you, I guess, away from the key.
Trav grab. There we go. Thank you, Trav. Yeah, it's a frame-perfect trick that you don't want to do. There are a few more of those in the game. We might see them, we might not.
Here's Palace 2, where you have to not look into the background for too long because it'll hurt your brain with those weird little rectangles of, I don't know. They do something.
And you will have to check this to prove it because I'm not going to show it to you, but I'm pretty sure those are the life bars from Skate or Die 2.
Wow, this is like deep lore in Zelda 2.
Yeah, I think there was a lawsuit. I don't remember.
Lawsuit over a rectangle? That's amazing.
You don't mess with Lester. Alright, and yeah. Chroma doing such a good job. He skipped the jar. Didn't have to cast a single spell all the way down here. Free and easy. And yeah, he's in perfect shape now. Assuming he doesn't want to take life 3. Doesn't really need much more experience at all. We're going to see him start to bounce off of everything's head here in a minute.
Good block room. He did not get the middle finger.
Yeah, he'll get another chance at that one, I think.
Oh yeah, the second try middle finger is like very clutch.
Yeah. So he's just intimidating the red Iron Knuckles with his fairy presence, making him run backwards. He could. Yep, there he goes.
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably do the same thing. They're kind of terrifying.
Woo! Hippie not having beams and not losing one frame in this room. So scary.
The thing about the moonwalk strat is all you have to do is jump at them and cast fairy. Like, for a long time we thought it was a specific pixel we had to be on to get them to run away, but no, you just jump.
Wow. Oh yeah, you have all the lore of the old strats, the deep knowledge of the game. So
back in the day, we had to just run at encounters.
Yeah, like I remember when sub 80 was nobody.
That's right, the world record in 82.
Back in the good days.
LSDHippie, congratulations on the in the past world record.
There you go. Oof. Blocks. Here we go.
Lordo Farms remembers, yes.
In 1989, the record was 2 weeks. Yeah.
I had never beat this game as a child. I think I got to like P3 or something.
I'm pretty sure I Game Genied it.
I save stated it as an adult, and I was like, yeah, I beat it.
Yeah, I did that too, and I got the GP, and I used map that I found on a website, and I'm like, how did I do this as a kid? This is horrific.
Kids are smart. Like, oh, you got the Chewy skip? I love that. You exit the elevator as soon as possible, and you can run under him.
Yes, yet another elevator strat. If you gotta be at like one of the top 2 pixels on it though, if you wait too long, you just won't make it. Plus the bot can, ruin your day.
Yeah, the bots, we didn't really talk about them much, but they're kind of the hardest enemy in the game.
Well, Hippie's fine on experience now. He can pretty much just run the rest of the level. Has to get, 121 more. Might even be worth taking life 3 and killing some things just to be safe, but I don't think he's gonna.
Nice helmet head fight. No one ever dies on helmet head, so no worries there.
No. Helmet Head is the easiest of the bosses, just based off of when you get there in the speedrun, I think. Should be Horse Head, but sometimes you hit the buttons in the wrong order and dive like a fish waiting to be murdered in front of him.
They just jump up in the air.
Yes. Oh, he's doing it. I think he's gonna do the fanfare skip. It looks like he's got the experience right, and he did it.
That's a little time save.
Yes, 2.5 seconds.
Granted,
at the risk
you gotta waste time to do it, so you know.
But hey, if you don't do some swag in Z2, then I'm not sure why you're even running the game.
Yeah, this is like a lot of walking in this game, so I look at it like Yoshi's Island, where they're like the swag typically costs runners time, but they do it because they're like, this is boring.
And yeah, Hippie is he's in control right now of his own fate. He just needs to have a decent fight here at man. Oh, he took magic too. Okay, so never mind. He's still fine. I didn't notice that, but he's got plenty of experience.
Big Magic 2 fan here. I love it.
Yeah, what was that? That was 2 half encounters for Chroma, I think. Or no, it was 2 half and 1 full. Or was it 1 half and 1 full? I'm lost.
It's between 1 and 7 encounters that he got, and that's just great.
Yes. 1.5. Thank you, Riak.
Riak, with the counting knowledge, that guy counts the small drop at the end of the game. That's how he loves count.
Yeah.
So he's
Counting fanatic.
Exiting Shield Town. It's a free tomb walk, which is one of the benefits of doing late Shield Town.
Yes. Makes everything a little bit gentler. You don't have to worry about timing stupid things out. And there's so many random stupid half encounters you can take if you don't get the best walk there. That
Hippie had a great walk here. Oh. Might have been a half encounter or something.
Yeah, he according to his splits, that was a 33-second walk. Which is great because he was plus 8 seconds after leaving P2 and minus 8 seconds going into Shield Town.
Level up in town, that's the one you really want.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about all that and you get to save a little time. Great. And what is it again? The town fanfare is like a second shorter or something?
I think so. It's like 3 beats of the music, so that's like about a second.
Yeah. So Chroma is in P3, got there pretty much exactly how you would want to. No encounters.
P3 is, other than one room, I would say it's pretty set it and forget it. But that one room is pretty terrifying without the jump spell.
Yeah, although, yeah, it can be pretty bad. It just depends. There's like one specific movement the bots can do that's troubling. That's if they go left and decide to jump right. That's when things get ugly, I think.
The old bot fake out. I mean, a lot of things are on a timer when you enter the room. A lot of like the hammer cycles, the enemy's placement. But the bots seem to just like override that and they just do whatever. Maybe it's frame-based from the beginning of the whole game. I don't know.
I think bot RNG is based on a hidden factor of how well are you doing. I don't know. Oh, there you go.
Oh, fourth try hole escape there.
Yeah, you hate to see it. Those jumps are not frame perfect, but they're pretty close and pretty annoying. There's some people, I think you might even see Chroma do some of them later in like P4, not even cast jump. Oh, there's the red jar. That's what Hippie was hoping for in the first place.
LSD with the brightest orange palace that I've ever seen in my life. Blood orange, maybe.
Yeah, I think Chroma's colors tend to hang a little dark too, both having interesting displays. going back for the bag.
Goes back. That's okay. I mean...
Oh gosh, Attack 9 guy is here. Hey everybody.
Oh no.
We know what's gonna happen now.
We ferry the item because it skips the fanfare. I think that's like between 2 and 3 seconds, and no one's ever timed it, so we just say 2.5 seconds.
Yeah, no one would ever time something like that.
We don't time things in Zelda 2. We're just like, I think I served time.
We just know, like what it's going to be. Like, I've always thought about casting jump in the room that Hippie's in, that might save a little bit of time, since if you're not good, you end up wasting time there. Something I'm experienced with. But then you can't cast it somewhere
It
else.
would, I suppose, but then you'd have to depend on when you get the refill, right, for the fairy raft thing.
Yeah.
Then you gotta hope for a Forever Man. I mean, Never Man.
The Forever Man, which Chroma did not get. He got the I don't know. Can you call it the Never Jar? I guess so. He did not get the Forever Man.
Terrible.
Not sure. There's a strat that supposedly helps with that, although it isn't really that. It's called hippie strats. A lot of times, some of the people call that the hippie jar, because he will do what he can to avoid killing the enemies in the front, and something about the timing of that seems to help. I don't know. I'm not a mathematician. I'm not a scientist.
LSD, on the other hand, mathematician, scientist, and I noticed that's a theme with speedrunners, is they're usually like smart number people. Not me though. I hate numbers.
Oh yeah, this is a battle of the college professors. I
Wow,
forgot.
you're right. This is crazy.
So here we go. Although I think Hippie is in the sciences, Chroma is in arts. So maybe this is the ultimate showdown. Which wins, science or art?
Nice dismount. He went right at Rebo and just smoked him.
Yeah, Chroma's not going to do any coward strats in that room.
The cowards, you know, the coward strats are just as fast or faster, right? If it goes right.
Hey, I didn't call you a coward. It's
Yep.
okay.
Well,
Sorry, I like to call that coward corner because it makes me feel good.
you
But
got
then
the,
I also
the
died
slink.
in my race on Revo not doing that, so...
Seems like Chroma has a different setup for the same slink on the exit.
It's my experience that it seems like the P3 island is maybe the most variation in setups of anything. Like, I see a bunch of people do both the exit and the entrance differently. Maybe only the LZAD, the leaving from Darunia walk, that first setup can be pretty varied too.
It's these new runners that came in and started standing on different tiles. I don't know.
Yeah, all these new runners using strats that React was mostly React working on, initially at least.
Alright, Rebo fight coming up on level 3.
And thank you for explaining that, React. I'm sorry, I got distracted ripping on corner strats, which, again, look, safe, easy.
Pretty good. Only if he walks off the screen does it become a major issue.
Yes. There we go. Chroma getting to the lizard cave, where we see this, yeah. What we're witnessing right now is a crime.
This is terrible. You just stole the lizard's child. It
1-800
looks nothing like him, but...
Gotta call 1-800 Crime Stoppers.
Except lizards are lizards too, okay?
Yeah, how would that phone call go? And I can't do a good lizard voice. So I think
I'm a lizard, this is my voice.
Hello, police? Hey,
Hello, police.
strange man in green clothes just broke into my cave.
This guy doesn't have pants.
Fell in through the ceiling, not wearing pants. turned into a fairy and then kidnapped my child, floated right above me, and left the cave. And to this date, the police have done nothing to solve this crime. But with your help, I think we'll finally get it.
Do the unsolved mysteries. He doesn't have full health in this, I don't know what you even call this cave, but it can be bad. It wasn't. He got the right bats. Oh, then he gets hit.
Yeah, it's a... You either choose to possibly have to wait slightly on the red bat. Oh, he had some bad encounters. I think it was because he took that hit there.
He got hit. Just that little bit of time delay messes with the spawn.
And he decided, I think, I'm not even going to bother trying to dodge this. I'll just take the one and run to the bridge. Because he knew a second one was coming in a few steps. And, you know, running around in forests, dodging encounters doesn't last too long, one way or another.
Yeah, Link, he doesn't care about anything. He just leaves a trail of destruction in his wake, stealing children. He's like, I need a spell. I'm breaking your house down. I'm jumping through the chimney. I'm knocking down a forest. He's just chaotic.
In very similar fashion to what we saw before, where Chroma left the red Gorilla to wonder what happened as we stole the trophy from around him, Hippie just murdered the lizard before taking the child.
That's, you know, that's almost a better fate for the lizard, I feel, because that lizard's never seeing that kid again.
Yeah, I wouldn't say somebody dying is worse than living generally, but it would be an interesting thought. Is it like, oh, hey, that sucks. You don't want that encounter, but I was a little scared. He was one hit away from dying to pretty much anything that showed up. So it might wind up being a blessing in disguise.
You know, if you grab that fairy, it probably normalizes the encounters. I just thought about that. Maybe you should just jump into the fairy if you need it, and the encounters won't random walk you as much. Although you're wasting time. It is a speedrun, but
yes, and we're getting the high five in the encounter on the first exit here. Yeah, we see Chroma setting up in the bottom left corner. I believe this is a modified LZAD. It is not the actual LZAD walk.
It's the LZAD version 3. Look at the double spawn in the grass, which is pretty cool.
And then he gets to the desert.
Oh,
that went perfectly.
I'd prefer it in the forest because I feel it's easier to dodge the encounters. You can see them that close.
So, Lordo, have you been keeping track of every unwanted encounter that Chroma has had so far?
It's somewhere between 3 and 14.
I'm thinking it's 1.5. I think he's only got the P2 exit, and that's it. Or no, he did get one on the way to P2. Sorry. So we're at 2.5. It's pretty hot.
That's really... It was actually below 3, which is... Wow.
Yeah, you threw up a jokey response, and you were actually wrong.
It's the first time.
Good point. Wrong. He did miss bubble skip. That basically counts.
Oh yeah, that's like 2 massive encounters.
Uh-oh.
2 missed bubbles. Each is what, 11 seconds or I forget. Or is it 15, 16?
Unreliable probably because you eventually have to pause a little bit in those screens.
Oh yeah, the bubbles. Yeah, that changes.
Yeah, Hippie had excellent walk out of P2. P3 wasn't bad. Everything since P3 has been ugly and annoying for him, I believe. Something like 4 to 5 encounters, I think, from leaving P3 to getting to Darunia. And we're not done yet.
Yeah, the encounters are definitely the equalizer. You can tell who has more experience, like, practicing the overworld and who just thinks it's a totally random mechanic. A lot of people think it's random, but actually, what if I said it was, wow, you made that jump, nice.
Yep. Caught it on his toe. He was readying up Fairy. He was waiting for it. And here we see Chroma doing this jumpless because Why? I was gonna say why not. There's a very good reason why not, and it's that one sliver of. There you go. I got it.
Third try. Let's go. Yeah, it saves time if you jump the flames, but if you get hit by one flame, I believe it's slower than just casting jump.
Yeah, and there we go. Going down the pit, and well, he took that first death abuse, so we'll probably see him skip most of the stuff in the next room here. Ugh. I hate that Doom Knocker. I see people skip it. I never skip it. I don't know. I always seem to get hit if I try it.
This palace, I call it the Captain Crunch Palace because the little blocks look like the roof-destroying little yellow things that you get in your Captain Crunch.
That is a good point. They do destroy your mouth.
They destroy the roof of your mouth. It's bad, but they're so delicious.
It's like you have to fill the bowl completely with milk and put just a little bit in and drown it for like 10 minutes before you eat it. It's got to be thoroughly sogged.
Thoroughly sogged. That's my saying. That's what they say.
Yes, it has to be drowned 100%. Oh, I thought he was going to try it. He did not.
He almost went for the old Stalfos jump.
He does it. He just didn't this time. Kind of happy he didn't, because there's things that you can do that are kind of clinching, and that's one.
He thoroughly sogged Link in the lava there to get his magic refill.
Yeah, it'd be great if, like, for the first room after you died in lava, Link's clothes are just red. Be like, oh no, it wasn't lava, it was fruit punch.
He got the red ring now. He's indestructible. So.
Yeah, you never knew it. Z2, there is a red ring. It's just in the lava somewhere.
It's down there with Highlander, and Goomba might be down there somewhere. Barba.
Yeah. It's actually on Barba's tail, so you only see it in the FDS version. And you gotta frame perfect stab it, you know, and it's just, Oh, do you see his tail in FDS? I actually don't remember.
I don't think... No, he just looks weird and long.
I thought he flew completely out of the lava on that one, but I might be wrong.
I don't think so. Volvagia.
Yeah. Long Barba.
Extra long.
So, Hippie trying for the jar gets it, forsaking the death abuse. He is one death down from the Heart Cave earlier, so probably a good idea to try to skip one here. Race is a little scary to use every single life, especially if you're not like a GP master. I think even a lot of our top players are probably thinking maybe I save one life for GP just in case.
I would take all the P4s, but not the medicine. Like, that's kind of my version of the safety. But most people skip one of the P4 death abuses.
And thank you very much, Attack 9 Guy, for the redemption of blaming Trez. I do blame Trez. How about you, Lordo?
I don't even know Trez that well, but I definitely blame him for all of the misfortunes today.
All right. Well, there we go. Thank you again. And yeah, so far it looks like we've taken a few bops, but not too hard. Hippie gets through this room, we should be fine. I do not summon Trez. I think he's busy right now. Hopefully the stream is okay. But actually, I think he's handed off the stream coverage to Cubs. So if you summon him, he might not respond.
Yeah, this stream right now is held together with like Bubblegum and Shoestring.
Alright, well, Hippie chose not to take the death abuse, but then just died on the way back. Just kind of a slow death abuse, but that... Yeah, that one doesn't hurt too bad because, I don't know, with 3 health bars, probably it would have been tricky. I'm just thinking about myself. It'd be tricky for me to get through the rest of this. Already half of my life down, because once that happens, I feel like the whiz robes just start shooting out like 12 beams at a time or something.
Good saying, Chosen. Don't skip the DK if you're going to skip the DA.
Yes, well said.
DK. Hippie once again with the better purple here. I'm really liking this purple.
Yeah, slightly brighter. That's more like a royal purple, I think, whereas, I don't know. Chroma is more like royal blue.
Getting close to the indigo or the cobalt level of blue.
Yeah. Unfortunately, nowhere near top-tier periwinkle status.
Alright, Karok, he was relatively... Karok, I guess. Normal.
Yeah. Yeah, splits. Looks like Chroma saved a bunch of time against the splits there in this whole section. I mean, his walks were basically perfect.
The maze
so.
was beautiful, yes.
Yeah. Oh man, Attack 9 guy, we're gonna start singing if you keep that up. I'm not sure you want that.
No, that's a channel point redemption. It's a 500,000, so...
But the redemption isn't on this channel. It's on ZeldaSpeedRuns 9. So,
yeah, it's the Ocho, but it's 9. I don't know. It's weird. They call it the Ocho.
Yeah, there was some confusion at some point, but it's okay. But yeah, you'll have to do that. The very rarely used ZeldaSpeedRuns 9.
When there's so much Zelda action that you need 9 of them.
Yeah. That's what happens when Zelda 1... you know what, I'm not going to list 9 different Zelda games.
Yeah, no thanks. You got the Eco Key, which is a nice 15-second not time loss.
Alright. Hippie checked for the jar, didn't get it, decided to take the lava bath, and there we go. Yep,
That's kind of the one death abuse that you really want, or magic, I guess, refill.
Yeah, unless for some reason you take magic 4 in this, and then it's not so bad because then reflects a little cheaper, but still, you probably don't want to take magic 4. I don't suggest it.
Block room. What's gonna happen? A lot of blocks. Alright, pretty decent. That was I'm gonna give that a par.
Yeah, he didn't get the blocks to fall quick enough, but he only took one bop and didn't struggle on the way out, so pretty good. Not on the levels of like a React block room, where they all fall at the same time or something.
18
Non-stop.
columns of blocks all at the same time.
Not on the level of like a Trav White block room where they fall on you repeatedly and then you grab the key and you turn into a fairy, and as soon as you do, walls appear on both sides and you're trapped.
Then a Moa kills you 40 seconds later.
Sorry, Trav. I'm gonna keep bringing it up though.
Nothing's really on that caliber though. That's a really special tier.
Oof. Yeah, that was not a great Karok fight. And it was a bit of an awkward P4. I think there was a little bit of indecision there that kind of melted in about what exactly to do in some of those situations. Like, since he was a turn down, I think he kept thinking about trying to prolong his lives, but it didn't work out. And we see Chroma here, skipping the flute for last.
Oh wow, he's one of those.
I think his reasoning for doing this is that it eliminates as much temptation as possible of taking the jar in that room he just walked through.
Yeah, I think... Yeah, I don't know, he has full health and enough for fairy. I would choose to go down first on the plunger.
Yeah, this is an interesting thing. If you see people who split on items, they'll never, like, if they split on that thing, they'll never change their mind. They'll always do one way or the other first. The people who don't split right on the item grab, a little more free.
Yeah, if my HP is really low, I will definitely go the other way first.
Now, Hippie getting... he missed Eco Key, had to cast Jump, so his magic is drained. And if I recall right, he got his drop really late in P4, so he might have to grind up to Magic 4 here to get Jump for the block room.
Yeah, so he killed those heads to get the proper level experience, so he would have to kill 1 Mago instead of 2.
Yeah, so that is what he'll have to do. Ideally, if you're going for eco key strats, since you have to cast jump as a backup, or excuse me, fairy as a backup. He went after the
Oh, that's
bubble.
clever. Just waiting around on the bubble, just whatever.
Yeah, that worked. Yeah, he gets the magic 4. Otherwise, you can, plan a drop and get a 50-50 chance, which, again, is only 50-50, but...
He's already in the downstab position, downstabbing the bubble, so maybe that helps with getting the Mago kill.
Are we going to see a workshop of this soon? We're going to see Lordo bouncing on bubbles for half an hour?
Yeah, I'm going to slow-mo it and draw a red line through the bubble.
Be like,
gotta be on a half bubble.
2 frames late.
This palace is green and long. A lot of rooms in this palace to get lost in.
Yeah, P5 isn't quite as bad as P4 in that you don't have to walk into every room.
You don't go in every room, so P4 is longer. But I remember when I learned this speedrun, P5, I was like, where am I going? These elevators all look the same.
Yeah, there's a hefty backtrack in P5. Very, very hefty. You do a little bit of that in P4, but it's more like a loop, assuming you don't, fall into the pit before you get all the stuff before you want to fall in the pit. And so it's a bit of a loop there, but with P5, it's no, you're going straight back the same way you came. Which would be really boring, except you have these respawning enemies, the Magos, which are wonderful.
The Magos are like the Wizrobes, except you can stab them, and they put fire on the ground, which is, I would say, possibly more annoying because it's random in how it behaves.
Yeah. Although I believe you can, if you are the sort of person who wants to really goof around and not go for speed strats, I think you could cast Reflect and reflect the fire.
What?
I've been told that is a thing.
I'm gonna have to call the FBI.
The Fire Bureau of Investigation.
I gotta go, guys. I got a piano recital.
That was a reasonably solid Guma fight. Went for some hard stuff and got bopped, but didn't take too many hits. And his splits keep getting less and less red. He's having a really solid second half here.
Experience a little high for LSD, but he's still good as long as you get a good exit on the gem and stuff.
Yeah, he pretty much
if
doesn't
he
want...
gets any more, it's gonna be a problem.
You have something like 600 to 800 extra experience to work with if you do everything kind of perfectly. Yeah, let's all hope for good menuing here, despite what chat might be hoping for.
I mean, ideally, he would be under the limit or very over the limit, and there's no way he could exit the screen and soft lock, or hard lock, excuse me.
Yeah. So, I think he would probably, if he's even close, is probably going to hesitate. There's some things you go at aggressively because it's under your control, and there's other things where you're like, I don't know, I'm not, no. Risking a soft lock this late in the game is... Well, I don't know. You say that, and then we talk about...
We say that, and we see, 8,900 experience leaves in races all the time.
I seem to remember watching somebody recently who left at 89.96.
I did that, and so did Lilo, I think. Recently.
Yeah. Because sometimes you're just like, you know what? I don't care. This run, I hate it. If I soft lock here, it's the best possible ending.
Like, I don't care if I live or die. This is Zelda 2.
Yeah. If I soft lock, I soft lock. When I say soft lock, it's actually hard lock, but...
So coming up, we got the River Dance, which is set up with a talk of the sign, or maybe a person if you want to talk to a lady.
That's it.
Well,
was just talking about how he was doing rest strats now, which are the exact same thing, except you just talk to something differently. But
Blows the whistle. No pause. That is some... I'm not willing to do that. But he did it, and that's pro.
yeah, I'm sure if I thought long enough about that River Devil and the dancing, there's probably some sort of Batman reference you could do there. Call it Batman strats. I don't know.
He's trying to make up Batman strats on the fly.
Yeah, and here we go. Ferry through the Wilson fence screens.
Incoming, the easiest walk. In the entire game, nothing bad ever happens on the Kasuda walk. Foolproof.
And he's going straight to the bridge. There's no Lordo strats or modified dude strats. He does do the dead fish jump to save the slightest of frames.
Gets the lucky backspawn there because they were hunting him down. He's we call that the Lordo Bridge variant, actually.
But no, unfortunately, his drop was not lined up. Unless maybe it's this one.
It is.
It is.
Oh, he
He
grabbed
got
it in
the
midair.
jar.
That's swag.
Got the jar. Do you want to do the honors here, Lordo, when we get there?
Oh yeah, of course.
All right.
I had to think. I'm like, what are you? What?
And we've made it to Kasudo, town of a whole lot of stops.
Yeah, there's a nice old lady here that you can talk to, but I don't need you. Says
Yeah.
Link, disdainfully, because he hates old people.
Imagine if your whole role in life was to bring healing to people, but then you lived in a town that nobody ever saw, but you see somebody, and you're like, I see your life isn't maxed out, or your magic or whatever, I could heal you, and you're just like, I don't need you.
I got a jar lady from a lizard.
Like, your entire role in life has been replaced by this red jar I got from a lizard. And then she's like, well, maybe on the way out, if you can cast spells, you know, you have to cast the hidden spell to make the giant tower here appear. Like, no, that magic jar, you're unnecessary.
Standard pose. You know, the crouching stab pose is more rare now because people try to do cool things. So maybe I'm going to give that like a 7.5.
Yes, there was effort.
Yeah, it was not. It's not hard to do, but you just don't see it as often anymore.
No, anything above a 9 requires one specific move that we'll see if Hippie does it. I don't want to spoil it
I'd say
yet.
anything with a beam, because that's very rare.
Mhm.
A beam like backward kind of stab splits or something.
A beam straight up would probably be a 10
Up
out of
beam
10.
would definitely be 11 out of 10.
If you cast jump and do an extremely high beam before you cast spell, although that would not be efficient, I would give that some points too.
If you stab the wall at the end of the entire town and do a beam, that might be worth 11 as well.
Oh, that's just silly. Alright, well,
He got a well. He's saving a little frame on the letter. He's going to do the slink. Okay, wow, that's the old scarier strat. But he misses the second slink.
Gross.
This is why you pause there. I mean, I'm just saying.
He goes back for it, misses it again, decides, nope, don't care anymore. So he gets to see Wilson 3 times, which is, you know,
He gets
That
to deal
first
with
fence-
the
it's
Swedish
lonely
meatballs.
sometimes. Yeah. Oof. He's trying for manipulation, leaving the Kasudo cave, and gets hit on the way out. Misses the slink. If you get the
Yeah.
first encounter, the second one tends to be about automatic.
Yeah, you're gonna.
Nope, never mind.
Yeah,
Nope.
see, no, even if you get the second dodge, the third one spawns a tile like earlier because you got nabbed. So,
Yeah, never mind the never mind.
double never.
Oh, hello, fairy.
That's the front or the top method, which I don't think is as consistent. You move down, which is sketchier.
Oh, interesting to see what he tries here in P6. Chroma goes pretty aggressive on magic consumption here, if I recall right. So a lot of players, I think yourself included, tend to use the minimum amount possible to get through here. Don't waste, you know, like, do all of the or tile jumps without the jump spell. But I think he tends to go the opposite direction. Yeah, taking the damage boost here from our blue friend, the Periwinkle Knight.
Kind of depends. Sometimes I do the double jump Canada when I'm feeling really dumb, or just confident, because you need confidence to make that jump.
Yeah.
Other
Hippie
times you're like, all the magic.
Hippie just took a death in the tech type room, which is really
That's
sucks.
kind of rare. No hot strat from Chroma. Probably doesn't want to fall in a hole and look like an idiot.
Yeah, I think what happened there was Hippie took all the damage from having to go through 3 screens, that it just kind of built up, and then having to deal with all of the Tektites was just a little too much. No.
That Wizro beam dodge as he jumps over Canada.
Kind of scary, but if you're... There's some frame perfect stuff you can do in that room. Like, it's a long way to go, but you could possibly try to frame perfect hit the jar statue, the 50-50 from the left side. If you don't upstab the Moa, it's possible, but I don't think anyone does. And yeah, we see here, ferrying the cross.
It's more important to get the jar on the way back anyway.
Right. And hey,
Oh,
look!
he goes for the Aaron strat. It works out.
Perfect! Yeah.
The 100% Aaron jar.
Yep. I hope that sticks. Everyone can call it that from now on.
The screen wrap upstab. I don't know. Kind of a...
Yeah. I spent half an hour working on that. Yeah.
That's not as swag, breaking that block, but, it's kind of somewhat swag.
Yeah. There's not a whole lot of options of swag in that room that won't waste time, so kind of get it.
Well, we got some swag coming up. Ceiling walk for sure happening. Here it comes. Oh,
I don't think he
dang.
got
I
it.
think he was close, but he didn't.
No.
Well, I guess this run is valid. Feels good, man.
Here we go. Fire strats primed and go.
He put that fireball high. Wow, okay, never mind. Extra hot. That was very hot.
Yeah, that will eventually hit them somewhere. As long as you get it sort of in the right range, I think. Just, that might not be the best thing to work with, eventually somewhere.
It is a lot more consistent than people think it is. It looks scary, though.
Yeah. 2 beam hits in that room. That's painful.
He has enough magic for fairy and whatever else he wants to do. 2 jump spells on Barba. Go for it. What does fire do to Barba? I wonder if that makes Barba like really angry.
Probably just makes him laugh as he sets you on fire.
He's like, I live in fire.
Like, hey, I recognize this element.
I know on Dark Link definitely does something weird with fire. Or beams sometimes. I feel like it manipulates him to be mad.
Yeah, the Dark Link fight is great too, because, like, I like at your level, top level, like, I've even been able to do it where you get the perfect Dark Link fight.
Yeah,
So
you just gotta not be twitchy in the hands and stab early like a dummy, and you can actually get it.
So anytime you don't get it, you feel real dumb. Because it's really not that tricky, it's just a rhythm thing, yeah.
Good yak and a good jumping stand stab on the key. I've always been afraid to do that, but I want to.
And yep, he still saved time through the entire P6 section, just a little bit. Not on PB pace at all, but with a really strong finish, might wind up in the 75s.
That would be fantastic. Casting
Yes.
Fairy, because we get the magic level up right on the bridge. And this is going to be the end of game levels until they take a final magic, presumably in the last room where you can get the magic level up.
Yeah. I think Chroma still has a life to spare, but Normally, you want to do that the last possible moment. I think the way he sets up P6 is that if he doesn't get any jar luck, he just takes a death. And uses the last death abuse there to get the magic refill.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children around the world, we're in a basement.
We are in a basement.
This is a tall basement ceiling. That is really far down there. This is a big room too. The heating bill's probably tremendous.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to pay for that.
Roll bridges, always fair. Definitely not 18 fireballs that follow you in random patterns.
Nope. Certainly won't all spawn at the same time and be a problem.
The important thing here is to keep your beam sword if you're going for like the top level strats, because it makes VOD kind of like no hesitation and no menuing, which is nice.
That was some effort there to get through, but he did.
And you got the hesitation for the slink, and so that saves a good 4 seconds, the slink upon entry.
Mm-hmm.
As you can see, beams put into work, stunning the MOAs. Good thing we have the cross because we can see them.
Yeah, there we go. And he's pretty good so far.
No God VOD, but that's honestly like a 1 in 20, I would say. That's pretty rare.
Yeah, you have to get all of the fun back spawns, and then you also have to perfectly time how to deal with them. Kind of, it's not always a giant blessing. It's not bad, but it doesn't really save a whole lot of time if you're not able to actually get the encounter to hit you when you want it to.
That room always feels good to do hitless, but man, it can really go wrong.
Max? Thank you, Max.
Max? Wow, this VOD's sick! Oh, famous last words. Hold on. This VOD, yuck. Hate it. Terrible.
Uh-oh. Oh, he's good.
Wow.
Way ahead in experience. He's going to have to skip the blue guy here.
Kill the red guy. Easier to kill the red one anyway, because he's in the tiny little hallway. We do our patented jackhammer.
You do lose like 3 frames having to dodge that hammer, but good entry.
Holy jamoly. Look at the time save.
Yeah. He's got a chance.
You're saying there's a chance.
He'd have to have probably his best GP ever, or real close to it, but yeah, he's going fairy strats. I don't need to fight this guy. This guy is terrible.
I don't need you.
No. Spicy chickens can just then go over to Rando and chill over there. There's somebody, I think Krista in the ZSR or Z2R community really likes the chickens, so she can have them.
Barba coming up for Hippie. We'll see what kind of strats he does for Barba.
Yeah, he has magic for jump. I think he can only take 1 hit. I guess he can take 1 hit. This is what, 2.5 bars? And he is going for...
Jumpless. Ooh,
yeah.
Jumpless 2+ cycle. Sketch.
Interesting.
Okay. I wonder why the jumpless.
He just looks like he's very uncomfortable with this fight. Like he didn't want to do anything. And he is on his last life, so he might be a little bit, I don't want to say scared, but just playing real tight as a result, wanting to finish. And, his pace is not bad.
No, this is a good hippie pace, especially in a race.
Yeah, looking at his splits, it's, his splits that he has up on his screen, which you guys can't see, sorry. But they're not super bad at all. Like, that's not his PB, but he might be looking at an 82 here, which generally race times, if you can get within a minute of your PB, that's considered to be pretty good.
Oh man, that spicy was not pleasant. That was 4 bops, and the spicies they hit like a truck, so...
Yeah. They're unpleasant. No, I don't think Hippie's going to PB. I, at this point, don't think Chroma's going to either. Taking way too many hits, having to cast life, loses a little bit of time later.
Quantum Leap Room, let's see. Scott beat you? I thought he'd despawn. That would have been insane.
He just punched him in the face. It's like, nope.
Wow, he's not having Scott's S today.
Just punch him right in the face. Get that over with. None of that. Yeah, I agree with that. If Hippie does just plays the game more, I think he'll be fine. Again, he's probably a mid 78 player, I think, for AK, just at what he's doing now without a whole lot of practice.
I mean, we can't all be virtual 76 runners like Trails, but you know, 78 is good.
Well, I heard Trails is looking at original hardware, so you know, you eliminate the emulator lag problem. Maybe we'll see that happen.
Yeah, I think that's the first 72.
I mean, if that happens, I think we'll all be happy.
Yeah, actually. Taking the fence there. This is the scariest screen in the game, maybe. I really hate this fence.
Yeah.
If it had lava, maybe it'd be a little bit more challenging.
Good idea. I'll put that in my ROM hack.
Great. It's just all fence screens with lava.
Alright.
Here we go. Leveling up on the Mew. Luckily, you only need the first one. Low on HP. T-Bird can really ruin you. Oh, no. Ganon has come back. That's not good.
And I think that's it for Hippie. It looks like he has put in his official forfeit request.
Amazing one cycle by
yes.
Chroma.
That was a solid, easy one cycle. Just roasted that guy.
Panic dolphined, and it was beautiful.
Oh my gosh. So he still has a chance here. In fact, if his splits started
oh, come on. This is it.
Yeah, if his splits automatically started, so he has that 2.79, whatever, 2.8, this could be it.
Not cutting the res or the just. But... wow!
There it is. On his end, it's a 151.
He's pumping his fit. Oh, man, this is good.
PB in a race. Wow, awesome.
Congratulations to Chroma. Let's go. 75 is free and easy.
All right, he does it. We'll see if either of these guys want to get in here. I dropped a note in the race time, but I don't actually know how to do it, so...
yeah, I don't know.
Trez is around. We know what's going on. But yeah, GG to Chroma. Great end. Unfortunately, Hippie just took a couple of bad deaths and wasn't able to really recover to get the run back on the track, even though he had...
Yeah, he was close to his PB as well, and, you know, just the VOD.
Yeah, Chroma will join us in a minute. He is frame counting his run. He is very invested in that, and that is a great time. That is something that you're gonna have a lot of fun running against next week, right, Florida?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm sweating a little bit more now.
Yeah, I guess it's the fun of the seeding. We look at we did basically the seeds have all been in order so far. We did the 8-9 race, then the 7 and 10, and this was the 6 and 11. Although I don't think that continues. I think the race tonight is the 4 and 13 one. We do have a race tonight. I believe it is 10 o'clock between...
Can't hear you right now. Hippie, if you're in the channel, thanks for joining us, but I do not hear.
I'm here.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
You had a pretty good run there. You know, you're pretty close to your PB pace until you took a couple bad deaths, which led to a game over.
And left mountain, went to K, and for attack 3.
Yeah, attack 3 too. I forgot because you played so smoothly all the way through
really?
Death Mountain.
Oh, did you really forget?
Yeah, yes, I forgot.
Well, that's testament to your abilities, and we were talking about it before, and then watching it, your ability to do the downs or the double hits and stuff on those enemies really kind of narrows the gap and just made it seem real smooth.
Yeah, from any percent. Must practice the double hits. Much for any percent. Not longer, but
Yeah, your double hits are definitely like the highlight of your play. I don't know how you can do the double without taking an axe. I have to practice that.
hard to explain. Muscle memory now, but drag them in. The time there to drag them in enough.
I'm pretty sure that if you were to actually grind this category, you would get a PB pretty quick. I know you probably don't really enjoy AK as much as the shorter categories, though.
Yeah, 100%. This is my favorite. But I'm gonna try to get the sub 80 sometime.
Yeah, well, that shouldn't be a problem for you. You've had pretty close attempts in the races themselves, which is saying something.
Yeah.
Are we getting Chroma in here as well? Oh,
Hello.
hello, Chroma.
Hey.
That was
What's up?
quite the run there.
Yeah, I felt pretty good about the end after P6. But
Yeah, you were kind of blazing saddles from P6 onward, and that GP.
GP was pretty good. There's the one spicy chicken who hit me like 3 times.
Oh yeah, you tanked him like 4 times. We were like, well, I think Aaron said that's it for PB, and I was like, oh no.
No, it worked out. The Thunderbird really helped. I practiced a ton of Thunderbird before, but like I didn't get a single one that went that fast. Sometimes you just get lucky with it. And
Yeah, the whirlwind crouch stab kind of kiting.
yep.
Yeah, that was we talk about getting a 1 cycle. That was like a 0.75 cycle, 5 cycle. I didn't even get to go up really.
Yeah, felt pretty good about that. Lots of early trouble. Just I got the bag and then missed the regular bubble skip, let alone the double. That's pretty frustrating.
Wow, you got a 75-40 in a no bubble skip.
No bubble skip. Yeah.
Encounters for the whole run were like kind of beautiful. I think you only had like 2.5 through the maze or something.
I think it was a little more than that because I had at least 3 just on Swamp alone, and then I picked up an extra fairy or 2. Like I had a fairy in the Dazzle.
Oh right. Oh, see, Aaron, I was right. My 3 to 14 encounters estimate was correct.
Yeah, and we didn't really accurately
14. 3 to 14.
Well, look, I could count mine only because I hit a button.
I put him on the spot. I should have been checking. I don't know if you were tracking on your own stream. I didn't even think to look. I remember you have a tracker too.
Yeah, I think so I ended up with, it would have been 6, I think. 6 unplanned encounters. I had 2 extra in the walk to P6. That was a little extra, but...
Yeah, usually that's first encounter, if you get that, you're gonna get the third encounter by default because of the positioning.
Mm-hmm. And then just lots of sloppy palace stuff. I got hit so many times, like barely made it through Palace 1 alive.
Oh, yeah, you were beeping after that top right Chewy and just kind of carried it the rest of the way. It was kind of crazy.
Yeah, this time, like, if you entered like sub 2 P1 and the P1 goes how it's supposed to go, this is like almost 74.
Yeah, it's on the horizon. I think it's a goal. It's a soft goal right now, but it's a goal. I'm not going to be doing a Lordo grind at the moment.
Oh boy, yeah, that's probably for the best.
No, just here and there, and maybe when there's a little more time, winter break or something like that, I'll get more serious about it. In the meantime, just hope good stuff like this happens in the races. Got a decent matchup coming up, I hear, against a reasonably good competitor.
Yeah, I hear it's his first tournament ever. He's definitely not going to game over before GP, though. Definitely not.
So that's good. I guess that's something I have to really buckle down about.
Yeah, I mean, that VOD was
should be
great,
cool.
too. It was hitless, I believe.
Oh.
Max was nice.
It was hitless. It felt really nice. Just flow, you know.
Got the
just nice
slink
flow.
in as well, so that's like a 4-second thing as well.
Yeah, I like that. Man, yeah, I don't know. I guess that's pretty much like what happened.
Yeah, that's it. That's the game. 6.5 or so
what we
is
did.
pretty decent for a whole run.
Yeah, I feel pretty good about that. I was super nervous in the beginning. Hopefully that's just, you know, first round of the tournament shakes and can just settle down and play the game from now on.
Yeah, those shakes in the beginning when you're going through Magic Cave, you're like, please don't mess up. You did kind of adjust in Magic Cave too.
That was the luckiest bag I've ever gotten.
Yeah, Hippie, he didn't get the bag, even though he did the cave like a little bit more optimally, I would say. So yeah, you got a gift from the bag Jesus.
Thank you.
And then the Bagoo walk was great too. I think both of you guys just went straight through that, no problem.
Yeah, that's
So-
rare to see a 0 on both sides.
Everything looked really clean until right around the P2 entry.
Yeah. I think that was the first time with overworld stuff anyway, where I was like, "Oh, come on, dude, don't do that." Like, I need to review that one for sure.
Well, it was a fantastic race. It was a lot closer than I thought it would be. So
Yeah, Hippie looks like
Hippie's good. He looks like
really
76.
solid.
The skill, I'm telling you, it's there.
Oh, for sure. All right.
Alrighty then.
Yeah, that'll
Folks.
do it for me. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, guys.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for being on, all of you, to Chroma and to Hippie, for being on the race. And Chroma already left. Playing no dice to wait until I'm done. That's all good. GG
Ah.
Chroma, GG Hippie to you as well.
All the G's.
All the G's on top to Arian and to Ultima. And one day, just one day, I'm pretty sure, during my introduction, I will not butcher Aaron's name. One day it's gonna happen. I'm positive.
It's just 5 syllables and 8 letters. So
That 2U2 is so terrible to pronounce if you're going fast. I tell you. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this. We're going to be back later tonight, actually, at 10 p.m. Eastern or 3 a.m. UTC for those juicy Europeans with another match from round 1, which will be Nintendo Daisy versus Chosnia 4. And that's going to be on ZSR as well, given that we find the volunteers. And I hope you're all going to be back for that. Thank you all for watching. See you very soon, and have a good evening.
peace.
Bye.
Peace indeed.